Hi everyone, and welcome to Inside Bristol. I'm your host Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Tina McDaniel and Martin Daughter-Wyke with us today talking about a community remembrance project. So tell us a little bit about this, Tina.
Sure. The Community Remembrance Project was formed in January 2023. It is a partnership with the Equal Justice Initiative out of Montgomery, Alabama. So this resulted from a vacation my husband and I were on in 2018, and we were visiting the Lynching Memorial Museum, excuse me, in Montgomery, Alabama. And as we were walking through the museum, we learned that there was a lynching that occurred in Bristol, and we weren't aware of it. So from like 2018 until probably 2022, I did research working with other folks around that. And then we learned that the Equal Justice Initiative had what's called a Community Remembrance Project, and we could partner with the Equal Justice Initiative to memorialize a victim of lynching. So we learned that Robert Clark was lynched in Bristol, Virginia on June 13th, 1891. So we partnered with the Equal Justice Initiative to memorialize him. There's a process that's associated with that. There's a lot of education and awareness. So we've had several presentations since 2023, just educating people on lynching, educating them on just that error and what occurred, and then making them aware of Robert Clark. It's really about truth telling. This is our shared history as a community, so it was an opportunity to educate folks around that. And we're now at the point, which is a major milestone for the coalition, is that we're going to memorialize Mr. Robert Clark, and we're going to install a historical marker, and it's going to be on December 14th, so we're excited about that.
Yes, so mark your calendar. So December 14th, we know you'll be there, and you're always incredible with history, and so I'm sure you've been an advocate for all of this, for sure.
Indeed, and being on this committee has been a real honor. It's been a real pleasure to do little bits along the way. The committee has divided up a lot of the work, from historical research to working with town councils to looking at old maps. There's been all kinds of tasks that have been divided up, but throughout it's been Tina's vision that really has driven this. After she did that trip to Montgomery, she brought that vision and kind of talked to us about it. I've had her come speak to students at King and in the community. And that has really gotten us all on board with the importance of this act of memory and the importance of having that work can go with Equal Justice Initiative. So Tina's vision really came on the heels of the work that she and Sid Oakley and others did to bring markers on the Virginia side for Charles Spurgeon Johnson, who is a famous sociologist who came out of Bristol, and a marker that also remembers the long history of Lee Street Baptist Church. And those acts, I think, are very important for a community. Whether it's a positive thing or a painful thing, this gives us an opportunity to come together. It gives us an opportunity to look at our own past with clarity and with grace, and to come together in lament as well as in rejoicing. And I think this event particularly is going to be one that is a special time for people who come out on the 14th to remember something hard, but to join together in something that is positive and hopeful.
That's great. Now it's December 14th, so mark your calendars. What time and where, and what do we expect when we get there?
So it will be on December 14th, which is on a Saturday at 11 o'clock a.m. Because it might be a little congested, it's going to be on Piedmont Avenue at Citizen Cemetery. Okay. We will have shuttle service offered at State Street United Methodist Church. So there will be vans to take people to the site of the installation. So they'll take them to the cemetery and then return them to their vehicles. But Saturday, December 14th, 11 o'clock a.m. And afterwards, we hope to have refreshments at Lee Street Baptist Church. We expect that the dedication service will take around 30 to 40 minutes.
Okay.
So rain or shine, snow.
Yeah, we need to throw in that snow for sure. Well, definitely mark your calendars. And well, we appreciate all the work you've done on this, Tina, and just having the whole committee. And we know it definitely takes a lot of work from the beginning all the way to make it to this point. So That's exciting.
And I'd like to say that I would like to thank the organization that I work for, Appalachian Promise Alliance. It's because of them that I'm able to do this work, and I really appreciate that. And I couldn't have done the work without the coalition. There's a coalition of a dozen folks, and they're really, I relied on them heavily throughout the project, so I'm very thankful for them.
It's exciting. So we'll come, and I'm sure there'll be some speakers, and we'll learn about some of the history and of course, like where we are today. So
Absolutely.
That's great. Well, thank you too for joining us. Am I missing anything? Anything else you want to add?
So the marker will be at the base. It will be on Piedmont Avenue. So there's United Company, and then as you go up that hill on Piedmont Avenue, there's the Citizen Cemetery. So the marker will be located on the left of Piedmont Avenue at the base of the Citizen Cemetery.
Okay, so if you can't get there, you can check that out.
And the marker will be there, and we hope that people will come and that they'll visit and lament over what happened, and it will be on public property, so accessible for everyone.
That's perfect. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Amanda Hairston with us today talking about the Nutcracker. So we are ready to get into the holiday spirit, and I can't think of a better show that really just gets you there. So this is exciting. So tickets are available now. Tell us a little bit about the show and how to get tickets and the performance times.
So we are at Paramount Bristol on December 13th and 14th. You can either visit our website, bristolballet.org, or you can go onto the Paramount's website for tickets. We also have our third annual performance at the Southwest Virginia Community College. That's in Cedar Bluff. So if you're more rural out there, we're doing a show on December 7th at the college.
Oh wow, that's exciting. Is that new, or have you done that in the past?
This is our third year doing a different venue and a different weekend. It's a lot of work, but it sure pays off. We're bringing ballet to communities that have probably not experienced much ballet, if at all. So it's been very rewarding.
And I'm sure that the schedule is very rigorous right now for the dancers, but tell us a little bit about what all goes into the show.
Sure. So we start in August. I start planning in June, but our dancers start in August, and we have about 19 company members for our performing company this year. And it's like a part-time job. It's 20 hours a week. Wow. I did the math, and they're plugging in well over 300 hours.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yes.
And it is a great show. How long is the show?
It's about an hour and 45 minutes, and that includes like a 15-minute intermission.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And there are still tickets?
There are, but I would get them. We sold out. We sold out all 3 shows last weekend at Paramount Bristol. So there are tickets available, but I strongly urge you to get them. But still, if you decide last minute, come. There's still probably some right at the door if you want to come.
Good. And it's always a great opportunity for our local dancers to showcase, their talents and their skills and all their hard work that they put in on a regular basis.
Absolutely. Yes, we have our scholarship winner this year is going to be our Snow Queen, and often we hire guest dancers, but since I've been in the director's seat, we've been able to use a member of our senior company to do that role, so that's exciting.
That is super exciting. So definitely put it on your calendar and come check it out, and it'll definitely get you in the holiday spirit for sure. And thank you for being on today.
Thank you for having me.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Jayma Helbert with us today, and we are talking about a great program that the city offers, and this is the second year, and it's called Spare a Pair. So we need everyone's involvement because we want to get as many people as we can, all ages, a pair of nice socks for the holidays and as the weather is cold. So tell us a little bit about the program.
Okay, well, we collect new socks only, all sizes, all genders. So we put bins out at the 5 fire stations that we have at Bristol, Tennessee fire departments. We also have them at the Slater Center and City Hall. So those are the places that you can donate your new socks. And we just try to keep them within the community. Sometimes, some people have a harder time staying warm than others, and so nice, good, warm socks for adults. Children, We try to help with the Bristol, Tennessee school system. They have a shoe program, and so they like to get a new pair of socks with their shoes, so maybe a little thinner socks for some of the children. We just try to reach out to any of the nonprofits that help other people that are in need. And so we distribute the socks to the people who need them.
Which is great. And this really was started last year, kind of tailing on the program with the scarves and gloves and kind of making a switch just because this is a need.
Well, and socks wear out so quickly, and it is the biggest need. We have found that it is the biggest need. We've done a lot of research. Last year we collected about 1,000 socks, and we probably distributed them to around 6 or 7 different organizations throughout the community.
How long will the bins be out? Until when?
Probably February, mid-February. You know, when the weather starts getting warmer, we collect the bins. We just play it by ear.
And this is a great time of year to buy socks because you see them everywhere. I think I was in like a drugstore yesterday, and there's a whole thing of socks like
And the
everywhere
Dollar Tree,
yes.
Yes, they have all kinds.
If you think about it, put it on your little calendar in your notes or something. So lots of great places to drop off to make it easy, and of course it does stay in the community. It really helps out, especially as these winter months can get very cold.
It can.
So that's great. Well, thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for telling us all of the details, and we hope that you get over 1,000 this year, and we just keep growing with this. So
That'd be great.
It really would be great. So we definitely need everyone's help. So thanks for being on today and sharing that with us. And thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.